Hello, everybody. It is again Near Lightshine here with Alex on comms, and we are doing a Invrosia race tonight. How are you doing tonight, Alex?
I am tired and it's been a long day, but I'm super excited because I love inverted seeds, and Ambrosia is also a really fun game mode.
So how does inverted Invrosia work?
So we will be starting in the Dark World tonight. As we're kicking off here. Just 20 rupees here in the Link's house start. As you can see, we are essentially walking outside of the bomb shop. Part of the Ambrosia game mode, however, is you start with a guaranteed fighter sword, as well as guaranteed off of every boss in a dungeon, there will be an item. And a non-dungeon item in that particular case.
Yeah, we get the Pegasus boots from Uncle Hint still, right? But we have to go to Light World for that?
Yeah, I believe we should still be able to get it.
Okay. That was the only one thing I was curious about that I wasn't sure on.
You know, I think at this point I'm actually not entirely too sure off the top of my head. But it does allow for some slightly different starts, as we see here.
Yep. Also, we do have items or the keys shuffled too, the big keys. So this is kind of. Oh, the key item on the boss can also be the big key to another dungeon, apparently.
Yeah, so that's the one thing, is that we can have our big keys shuffled outside of the dungeons and such, as noted by Kirby Fan there. This is actually one of the most common things that we will see as well with these inverted C's and stuff. We have TJ Maelstrom here on the left-hand side doing the arrow game for extra rupees, because we will need those for the dig game and chess game in particular. And on the other hand side, we have Windfox 470 doing the grabbing the bow there. Getting the bomb farm using the death warps there in the Skullwoods drop down. These are actually two very, very common starts.
I did not know bombs were a guaranteed thing there. Was that half magic?
That was half magic after 3 digs in dig games. So I can imagine we can see our runners doing that.
Yeah, dig game is definitely usually something the runners will almost always do, unless somehow they're in go mode by that point. Before that point.
Oh, which I doubt it.
Yeah.
Ooh, mallet off of the thief and hype cave.
And mushroom. I did not see what the final chest was, though.
I believe the final chest was 20 rupees. The fighter sword is a guaranteed in Ambrosia. You were guaranteed to start with a fighter sword. It's a shared sword start, basically.
Oh, okay. Oh, I knew that. Sorry.
Yeah, just answering Vampstar's question.
And there's another small key in Skullwoods.
So that means our next two chests here should probably not be small keys. Oh, no, that one is going to be as well. There's at least one guaranteed small key. I know that is the version 29 update, I believe, is the one that added the guaranteed small key in this sequence.
Yep, and this one is the map. So nothing in Skullwoods except for the bow.
Which can be pretty important, because we have a mallet and then get the bow, and we're looking at a pretty easy Palace of Darkness as well.
Yep, these two runners would easily be able to do dark rooms.
We have a green pendant in Skullwoods, red pendant, I believe, in Ice Palace, a red crystal in Palace of Darkness, and blue crystals in the rest of our dungeons in the Dark World. So that means we have one pendant in the blue pendant is in the light world. Our other 5/6 is in the light world, as well as another blue crystal.
I'm so used to calling all dungeons the last couple of days. I'm forgetting that we need to know what all of them are.
In this case, relatively, yeah, because 2 of our crystal dungeons will be in the light world.
Yep.
One of the things to also note with pretty much any inverted seed is starting in the dark world. Our enemies deal, on average, at least 2 hearts of damage.
There's the first ball.
Bottled with a B and C shape. Pretty nice.
Yep.
TJ getting that quick Uber there. Grabbing a small key out of Skullwoods.
It's a little bit cheaper than actual Uber.
Link to the Past Ken asking for a light pearl on bottle vendor in light world. That's you're looking for cruelty.
No, what we're looking for is fire rod on pedestal.
Oh, Nira.
I know you want. You've run enough of these with me to know how my mind works.
Yep. Also, Link to the Past. Ken showing you up a little bit. Fire Rod cannot be in pedestal because Skullwoods is a pendant.
Oh yeah. I thought he was talking about can't with Pearl on Bombo's tablet.
Nope, be good to have it on Bombos. Unless the book is locked behind something pendant related, namely maybe the pedestal. Kind of sequence events there.
Yeah. And the second... that was the third check in Thieves Town. There's the small key in Thieves, though.
Yeah, so we've already got our big key, a piece of heart, small key. I don't remember what the other one was. I think it might have been a map.
Well, this Thieves Town big key, it can't be part of the...
Oh, right, it can be shuffled. That's right.
It could still be in there, but it literally has to be in the first 4 checks. Oh, and TJ missed with a bomb right there the first time.
But did take the first 50-50 bush and did actually get a bomb, which is pretty nice.
Probably going to go ahead and try to get another one while he's out there. And he's going to go to chess game now.
Yep, has enough rupees to go through it. Meanwhile, Windfox is farming up some rupees over there. Picking up the glove at a chess game. Okay. Definitely worth it.
Alex, you were calling me mean. Ken is being even meaner.
I live for it at this point. It makes me happy to see people, want us to go for a long time.
Okay, that's a good one. Worst place is Bombos is because people don't know that bunnies can read.
Also as well, this is an inverted seed, so there are multiple changes to the way that the overworld works. Changes similar to the way that the floating island up in Death Mountain works. The Bombos tablet, getting into the entrance of Turtle Rock and some of those location stuff, they have different ways of entering them. Namely, you do not need to enter the beginning of Turtle Rock in order to get into the dungeon because you can hop down and mirror into the laser bridge entrance.
Where is TJ going? Is he doing pod? No, wait, no, he can't. He's got to go from Link's house to do that. I think he realized that right after that. You could also check out Pyramid Ledge, too.
Yep, and could also do Catfish.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Windfox also getting his hammer just now. 10 arrows, fighter shield, mushroom, and it should be 20 rupees. Yep. Reheart Moth. You know, Ken, you were asking for things.
Ken, just remember, you wishing this stuff, and if it happens, it will happen to you in a seed.
Oh, blue mail there on Pyramid. That is definitely a grab, especially with inverted seed.
Oh yeah.
That will cut the damage a lot.
Yep, by 25%. Which might not sound like a lot, but when everything is doing 2 hearts of damage to you. Surprisingly, TJ is not doing catfish. Guarantee.
I'm not surprised because being able to go into the late world and mirror back into catfish once you're going into Zora's domain is not necessarily uncommon in inverted seeds.
Oh, Wind Takes of Death.
Meanwhile, we are going to see the dive going into here from TJ going into pod, and this is technically out of logic, a fully clearable, well, not fully clearable because it's out of logic. We need a lamp in order to make this completely in logic.
There's not a lot they can do in the overworld, so there's catfish and that's about it. They also need the big key too.
True, but the big key and the lamp, well, there's the big key to
the Thieves Town big key. Oh, no.
Okay, so Thieves Town is now a full clearable dungeon, including being able to grab the big chest as well, because we have the mallet.
Yep. I'm sure TJ's like, no, you did not just give me the Thieves Town big key.
I mean, very obviously, we go as far in this as that we can. We have the bow, so we are not bow locked. We can pretty much do everything other than the boss.
Well, and the big chest.
I mean, we have the big... Oh, no, we don't have the big key, yeah. Unless we find it in here.
Yep. Most likely, though, it'll be in the big key or the big chest in Thieves Town, though.
Do you ever wish for good things to happen to our runners?
No. Not unless I had a bad seed earlier that day. There's the small key. And there's the moon pearl, so that usually means Aga's dead, but I'm not sure in inverted.
We should be sitting pretty good right now, actually, yeah. Really, the only thing to make this better, honestly, is Titan's Mints or a flute. A flute would make this really, really nice, and then Titan's Mints would seal it completely. I do believe, in terms of inverted, the only thing that Titan's Mints actually seals completely is King's Tomb. Otherwise, in inverted, every other thing that would be Titan's Mints locked can be accessed.
Yeah, I think in this mode, GT is castle, isn't it?
It should be yes, and then Castle Tower is the Ganon's Tower climb. Pretty sure.
Makes sense for it to be that way.
Well, no. Because it's the vanilla Tower of Hera location is the Ganon's Tower climb. And then the Ganon's Tower is Tower of Hera. No?
What?
I think at this point I'm slightly just too tired.
Hey, the chat gets everyone's favorite form of commentary, sleepy commentary.
Castle Tower is Ganon's tower. And vice versa.
There's the fire rod.
So fire rod is lamp locked.
Ironic. How many times have we called races that the lamp was fire rod locked?
Well, that is the AVNR game mode. Why is that there? Fire is always fire locked.
Well, we've had it not be in that mode too.
That is true. Yeah, but in this particular case, as well as I had said earlier, there is not a chance in the world that our runners are not going to go for a full clear of everything that they can do in pod.
Yeah.
Grab as much as you can outside of this big chest here, and then the item off the Helmasaur King. We will need to be revisiting this area, though, because it is a red crystal.
Yep, and Helmasaur we still can't get to unless we find the big key.
First chest here in the Dark Maze is just 20 rupees. Meanwhile, Windfox is going to quit out. And I think TJ was real quick looking at his menu to see whether or not he had another item. So that means if anything, at least the final item... Well, no, there is no item left in there. They just need the crystal, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, it's Invrosia, so they will have an item on Helmasaur.
Yep. So that is true. So yeah, the second item there in the Dark Maze is a non-critical item.
Yep.
So
And
they know that they
chest,
can just...
Big chest, and the other one will be either our compass and map. Last item could be big key, for all we know. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, I was reading Ken's comment there. They do not have the big key there for pod. Yeah, because our big keys here are shuffled. So we cannot make our way to King Helmasaur if we wanted to. Otherwise, yes, our runners absolutely would take their way down to Helmasaur.
Yep, Windfox is going to go do Mothula on 4 hearts. He is very brave.
Well, they do. Windfox does have blue mail, so it's not that bad.
Very true.
The bottle has a B, I believe. That I know of out of this race. It's only our channel that is featuring Windfox and TJ Maelstrom tonight. I do not think any other channel has any restreams for our daily race here. But yeah, we do have Windfox here going into this Mothula fight with half magic fire rod, just kind of slinging fire here and there.
$50 rubies in the attic.
I'm very intensely watching this Windfox fight here. There we go. It's not that bad as well doing Mothula with the hammer if you have a sword as well. And there is our green pendant. So that's a pretty free and easy Saha turn-in when we make our way into the light world.
Yep. Yeah, without that blue mail, he wouldn't have beaten Moth.
Yeah, I mean, at 4 hearts, 2 hits there from Moth would have resulted in... 2 hugs there from Moth would have resulted in a death. So we're definitely glad to see blue mail. If we could see an early red mail, our runners, I don't think, would ever pass that up at this point.
Nope. There's the compass.
Wow, both of our runners just found the compass for their respective dungeons.
Yep, and I think he I think he had all 3 dungeon items, so last 2 items are on big chest and on blind. Yep, there's Piece of Heart. And we do know that blind has the final item.
TJ evening up the HP count here, which is definitely important though for an inverted seed because of the amount of damage that we take here in the Dark World.
Seven is a prime number in Hyrule.
Good old blind puns. You know, the only thing that beats something like that is talking with people and the fact that 1 is not a prime number. 1 is unique. But 2 is a prime number.
Yep, TJ getting his crystal.
That is our first crystal here. Just over 21 just over 20 minutes, just under 21.
Yep, both our runners now have Light World access. That is so weird to say. TJ doing a beautiful blind fight too, though.
Yeah, as long as you get that initial scripted blind fight, it's always really, really nice. I imagine we hopefully are going to get a Lost Woods check here at a TJ. Oh, nope, gonna turn. No, not gonna go this way. Okay. And we have 300 rupees here in the mushroom spot.
It was 300.
And Flippers in the Thieves drop down in Lost Woods.
Well, Zora is very easy to get to.
I mean, in terms of groups and everything else, 1 is not a prime number because in order to be a prime number, its factors have to be at least 1 in itself, and considering 1 only has 1 factor, it makes itself unique, which is why it makes 2 a prime number. That's just relatively a simple definition. There is a lot more things to go into that, but I am not here to talk about rings and groups and algebra. But I just love always mentioning that 1 is not a prime number, but 2 is, and people just kind of look at you all weird and like, 2's even, and I'm like, okay, that does not necessarily not make it prime.
And Kana Bryan was found in a blind hut.
That was about the only useful thing. We got a bunch of rupees.
Yay.
But with Hammer, Canterburna, Bottle, Glove, you know, we're looking at a pretty nice looking Death Mountain, potentially out of logic. Because of not having Lamp and or Flute. But we're looking at a pretty close Spike Cave in my opinion.
Yep. 20 rubies, 3 bombs. 20 rubies, the mirror, and 50.
Okay.
And on Bottle Vendor, 10 bombs.
Oh, we got the 10 bomb drop at a Bottle Vendor. That's rough. That's mean. Also great anti-Bob. It's been a little while since I've studied Latin.
And there's another 300 in the chicken hut.
Alright, so that's all the money that we need for this seed.
I think we stopped needing money like 400 rubies ago.
Yep. We've gotten in the pod. We've done.
And on Sick Kid, we have the hook shot.
I'm really liking the way that Death Mountain's looking.
Yeah.
I mean, in logic, we need either a lamp or flute. I guess technically.
We haven't seen what Light World has.
Well, we should be getting. We're not checking live. We're doing a blind check of race game.
Don't question the madness.
The usual blind check race game we all know and love is usually during key sanity seeds. Which I guess this is a, partial-ish. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. Is, our big keys here are shuffled outside of our dungeons and stuff. So we are looking for big keys. But I don't think that is critical enough. Okay. I do suppose I see this a little bit more now to mirror into the Smith. Okay. That makes a little bit more sense.
Yep.
TJ is certainly much more experienced than I am with inverted seeds. Meanwhile, Windfox grabbing his flippers.
I think you and me, though, are getting very experienced at calming these. And in the Light World, we have a 5-6 crystal on the Eastern, crystal in Desert, and a pendant on Hera.
And that was a
container on the Smiths.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily see if it was the same card, but I don't know, because I'm pretty sure TJ was at full HP anyway.
He was.
Meanwhile, we're gonna get the full Smith Chain Southern Dark World route as well, which I believe TJ has already done in the Hype Cave, because this was our original world.
That was a big key. Oh no.
That is a big key on Lumberjack Ledge, so Aga's looking pretty good right now.
Yep, there are 2 big keys that aren't in the table, or that are in the shuffle that we don't need, and those are Swamp and Skull Woods, and we've already seen Skull Woods completely. We've already found all the items in there. Yeah, it's a big key.
Yep, we just got a Lumberjack check, and it was a big key, and we have no idea what that's to. Wouldn't it be a shame, though, if that were, big key to, swamp out? Oh, that is powder there in K45. That is, I think, oh my.
That's the Cape. Isn't that his French vanilla location?
Yep, just next door.
Yeah. No, it can't be GT. GT's big key is not shuffled.
Yeah, the Ganon's Tower big key will be in Ganon's Tower, as well as the, what is the word?
We're getting a look at Back of Escape, which is a piece of heart, a small key, and a piece of heart.
Yeah, the Hyrule Castle one. There we go. I don't know why Hyrule Castle was escaping my mind. My brain was trying to say Castle Tower, but yeah, the Hyrule Castle and the Ganon's Tower big keys will be vanilla. They will be in their respective dungeons.
And on Magic Bat, we have, with wavy fingers... I don't know why I'm hyping this up. It's never anything. Yeah, see? 5 rubies.
I do gotta say, though, our runner's series of checks here, especially for TJ in particular, they sequence really, really well together.
Yeah, all Castle and Aga Tower keys are both going to be in their vanilla locations. There's the big key to Pod. So Pod is now completable.
And that's a 5-6 as well. And, I mean, if you could go from Eastern Palace, which is also completable, technically out of logic, depending on... Well, no. No, Eastern Palace is... Well, it depends on the big key, actually.
Yep.
If we could do Eastern Palace though with its big key and mirror back into Palace of Darkness, if you've not done Pyramid Fairy already and or Catfish, you could buy your big bomb for the pyramid, and because those are 2, 5, 6 crystals, you could loop all those things there in the East Dark World together.
They can complete Swamp, can't they? I just realized that they do have all the they do have everything needed to beat Swamp. Race to see a non-7-7. Go watch after this. Go. We got plenty of non-7-7s going on right now in the main tournaments. We're doing a lot of all dungeon seeds right now.
I mean, this being just an Invrosia seed, this is still a 7/7 technically.
No,
in a raw sense, at least. Oh, TJ trying to turn there for the hook shot into the heart and falling off the edge.
Yep, and in Mini Moldorm, we got Piece of Heart, 20 Rubies, Quake, Wind Fox, and the Silver Arrows. So
we don't know yet if we need that Quake medallion, but it's really nice to have.
Yep, it's also very nice to have those silvers. You know everybody's going to get those. And the stunt prize is just a heart. Almost said a piece of heart.
I mean, inverted is like a weird way of doing a it's like a weird way of doing hard mode without having hard mode item pool, basically.
Yeah. And TJ is gonna. I think TJ is going for Swamp.
Well, Lee's gonna do our damn checks here. Just a piece of heart there. Yep, gonna mirror immediately in the swamp.
Might as well do it if you can do it. And since it's a 5/6 crystal, you really want to do it. Especially as you do not need the big key to be able to beat this dungeon.
In particular as well, because only our big keys are shuffled, the Swamp Palace entry key, small key here, is in its vanilla chest, and we just got the boomerang out of the first chest, blue boomerang.
Yep, and Windfox getting his 300 rubies from the chicken hut. So he's right now got more money. And he's going to get his hook shot off of Sick Kid, which is going to send him down south. And the 3 bombs in the brewery. Did you catch what was on library? Because I didn't see it.
Oh, let's see again. It is Master Sword.
Ooh. So we do know where 2 swords are.
Yep. Well, there should still be 4 swords placed, if I'm not mistaken, but the 4th one should be a rupee replacement. Even with the assured sword. But either way, if we get boots, we get a pretty easy Master Sword.
I was blanking on the name, so I called it Brewery. Boots might not be required. We could find the other 2 swords before we have the boots.
Yeah, I mean, unless we're looking at the Gainstar Big Key being on the torch and or Desert Palace being boots locked, or something, some required item being locked behind a boots check itself, Bonk Rocks, King's Tomb, stuff like that.
TJ doing diver down here, bomber diver down.
Mass Critic as well pointing out that we do know that there is a big key on the Lumberjack Ledge, which will require boots. We do not know what big key it is. We hope that it's Swamp Palace, and Swamp Palace has nothing important, and we also hope that it could be Skull Woods, and that has nothing important. Or Ice Palace as well. Which
you never want it to be Ice Palace. There'll be something in the big chest that they need then.
Right. I mean, Ice Palace is the only one that would be one of the dungeons that would require logically you to have the big key for it, versus Ice Palace or Swamp Palace and Skull Woods that don't. Cane of Samaria.
And that's another one of the items we do need, because you need it to beat Mire and Turtle Rock. Heck, you can't get through 90% of Turtle Rock without it.
Well, this is inverted, so you actually do not need it.
Oh.
In inverted, you can enter Turtle Rock from the back, essentially, from the Laser Bridge entrance. And as long as you don't need anything else outside of the dungeon, you can get a key. You can go straight to Trinex.
Okay, I forgot about that. Well, he can do the easier form of Diver Down at least now.
And this actually does slightly confirm a little bit what I was saying before about Ice Palace, Skull Woods, those big keys and stuff. With the Cane of Samaria, it does make Icebreaker a complete option. So we could be seeing, going into Ice Palace out of logic and doing stuff like that.
They would be able to. I was going to say, don't they need the Titansmith still? And also, they found another bottle with a fairy in this one. And inside of Checkerboard Cave is a piece of heart.
I'll say it, Kirby. Definitely calling me out there. Yeah, I guess technically you do still need the Cane of Samaria to get to the final room and try next there. I mean, you can always hover it as long as you have boots.
I would never wish anyone to have to hover that.
I've seen it done before. And, all the power to those people. No, the only thing in...
There's the big key to Skull Woods.
Okay, so there's one of our more interesting big keys. The only thing that is absolutely hard locked, if I'm not mistaken, and inverted, is the King's Tomb entry.
Also, I think that was Quake for... Yep. Quake to enter Mire. Also, didn't mean to keep cutting you off, sorry.
No, that's fine. I'm just, my eyes are dashing back and forth between the runners and chat and stuff. It is absolutely possible to hover your way that final pathway to Trinex.
And on Agina's Cave, we have 20 rubies.
Also to mention that this is an inverted scene, so our only way to be able to enter Desert Palace, which is a required crystal dungeon, is with the book.
So, it would not work, huh? We're getting a mushroom check. Possibly Zora at the same time.
I mean, at this point, I would imagine that... Yeah, definitely start grabbing Release the Bee there, outside there, I believe, or the fairy, I don't remember which. With Fire Rod Flipper's Mallet, we do have Ice Palace available to us. It is a pendant, however, so we'd like to stray away from that if we could. We're going to get our graveyard check here from TJ Maelstrom.
Which will be his cave.
Meanwhile, we have Great Auntie Bob here in chat saying, Ice Rod, Book Sword, possibly boots for item go, and lots of big keys. The only other one that I could say is potentially whatever our entry medallion is for Turtle Rock. Because it could be Quake, it could not be. We have not seen our Death Mountain checks yet. So we could be requiring an additional medallion. Otherwise, that's looking about right. Well, depending on whether or not we also need the front and our stuff. Well, no, we wouldn't, because as long as we have Kana Samari, we can go backwards.
Fire Rod was in pod basement.
Yeah, Kana Samaria. And Mirror, at least, makes Turtle Rock significantly more friendly without having to go in through the front door.
Yep, and there is TJ getting his pod big key.
The Fire Rod is still lamp locked, technically.
It's because they both have gone into pod. Well, only one of our runners has the silver arrows, but that's just because Windfox hasn't gone and done the Nanny Moldorm.
Yep, which I'm sure he will. 5-item density check is pretty easy and common to do.
Windfox, go back to left side, please. You're gonna miss out on the cane of Samaria.
Yeah, I think what Windfox did here was just not a diver down.
Yeah. He might not be comfortable doing it in a race setting anyway.
Also, meanwhile, we get the Ice Rod Cave check from TJ. It's just 20 rupees.
Yep, I think... oh, wait, no, Winda hasn't checked that. What am I talking about?
You know, it's potentially Windfox is not the most comfortable there with a bomb diver down, which, honestly, I think at this point, especially for some of the newer runners and learners, not a lot of them necessarily are completely familiar or comfortable with it.
Yep, and there is his cane of Samaria. TJ, though, is going into Ice Palace.
I actually do like this play. It is a pendant, but
it's
especially with the big key as well being shuffled outside of it, that adds an extra item and an item on the boss. You know, little things like that. Also, I agree with Bulldog. I hate Ice Palace as a dungeon.
And with Icebreaker, at least it's fun to do now. Did TJ's stream just crash?
Quite possibly. Could just be frozen for a second. And also, I do not necessarily disagree with you there, Auntie Bob. I just think that one of our leading reasons why we're not looking at the mountain yet is it's still out of logic.
Yeah, and they also have a lot of places they can still check.
Like, as soon as we find that lamp, that puts so many things back into logic.
Actually, getting the flute would do that too.
Well, not with the fire rod, though, because the fire rod is still lamp locked.
True, but the flute could lead us to places that wouldn't do it.
Depending on how early or how quickly we can find it in terms of an inverted, like, sphere 0 check. But, yeah, I mean, if we could find it in that kind of situation, then it would, but it gets a little bit wonky. Ice Palace heard what people were saying about it and wanted revenge. Yeah, I think Ice Palace would. Ice Palace seems like the kind of petty person to do that.
Yep, also, looks like TJ's stream is down.
I mean, could always be having ISP issues.
Yep. It never goes down at a convenient time.
Wind Fox also grabbing a second crystal here at Swamp Palace. Pretty nice and clean. Fire Rod Argus fight there. Did not have the silver arrows there out of a mini Moldorm that TJ has. Would have made that a pretty nice one and done fight.
Yep. Does the silvers hurt those little puff things?
No, I do not believe so.
That's what I thought. Just figured I'd ask.
I don't believe you can hit them with arrows in general, but...
Wind Fox is going to turn in the mushroom.
Silvers can one-shot the puffs, but arrows do nothing. Okay.
Oh, so the arrows, the silvers do hurt them. Okay.
Oh, arrows can two-shot them. Yeah, that's not worth it in my opinion.
Nope. Silvers, it's good to know though that can hurt them in case you only have the bow, basically, to fight Argus.
Just ask GFE. Alright, I feel like that's not going to be a very pleasant story.
Who's GFE?
Is an ALTTP runner, if I'm not mistaken.
We're aware that he's back online. He's doing Cold Stare right now. Cold Stare had 20 rubies, and it looks like nothing was in Ice Palace.
Meanwhile, Wind Fox did grab his silvers there out of Mini Moldorm Cave.
Yep, and just 10 arrows on the highly... oh, wait, sorry. I'm watching TJ's stream. But there was 10 arrows on Highly Island. Oh, TJ just found the red mail.
Meanwhile, it looks like we're going to see some of our flipper checks here out of Wind Fox as well.
Oh, TJ just found the flute.
Well, Wind Fox just grabbed his red mail off of the hobo. Also, just as a personal check for myself and looking at TJ's stream there just temporarily. TJ does look to have had a temporary internet issue. It has not changed any timing or change in the pace of his race. So the timer that he is currently on is still at the same time relatively that WinFox's is. So there is no lapse. We are just not seeing what his stream is showing.
Yep. TJ is about to check Zora. Do we just continue on? Zora has a big key. That's an interesting big key. Do we commentate on both races? I don't remember.
Usually either it gets updated on its own system. I know at least to some point there is an automatic refresh kind of thing where if a stream is stopped to something else, otherwise, you know, we can ping for help. But
yeah, I just did a ping.
There is our lamp on Zora Ledge. So there is our item that has been locking a lot of things, logically speaking.
Yep. Also, Ice Palace Big Key was on Zora. Yeah, we have almost full logic in this seed now. Actually, wait, yeah, we do have full logic now. What am I talking about?
The only thing we're missing is Titan's Mitts for the King's Tomb as well as boots. Otherwise, then we have pretty much access to quite literally like everything. Also, yeah, Jossie said he was going to reset.
PJ just activated the flute though. And we did a uncle quest. Yeah, so far nothing has been found in Hyrule Castle by the looks of it. But we just got 50 rubies. EJ is going to East Death Mountain now. Sorry about that, everyone.
Just some small technical difficulties.
Yeah, it's not a. We can't go a full week without him. But thanks to our wonderful staff here, TJ and Windfox did find the lamp though, so.
Yep, our lamp there was on the Zora ledge. And
There's
there's our book.
There's TR Big Key. And I think that was the Sank Heart in Paradox Cave.
Book finally giving us access to desert as well.
And on the floating island, we have the ice rod. Turtle Rock is now completable.
Wow. That's pretty much definition of key under the doormat. We're gonna do a mimic cave check here.
Yep, and on Mimic Cave, we have 3 bombs. Looks like Windfox is going to go ahead and complete Turtle Pod. And we're going to get a look at the big chest in Turtle Rock, which is a small key. Looks like TJ, though, is going to go ahead and complete Turtle Rock while he's here.
I mean, considering technically there's not that many items that you need left in order to be able to complete the seed and such, going just through it is not a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, went forth there to the crystal roller room and stole a key, and then is going backwards. This is essentially more of an item density style check. But because of the way the inverted works and being able to go in and out of that room there around the big chest makes things a little bit more interesting. Because you can use the mirror to keep going back, and it will modify how you can use keys as you desire.
Looks like we're a little bit behind now on the stream. Or wait, no, we're not. Sorry.
And that is the big key to Desert Palace, which makes it completely in logic and completable now. They're out of the Turtle Rock Chain Chomper.
Yep, and Helmasaur had a second bottle for us.
That is the third bottle, if I'm not mistaken. Because we had one that started with the bee, one with the fairy, and that was a red goo one.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, having a red potion is fantastic. You can drink that at kind of any given time that you need HP. But if you ever find yourself back at the potion shop, especially with the flute here, that's pretty nice.
TJ is going straight to Hera. And there's the big key to Eastern.
So that puts both of our 5-6 crystals in logic now.
Yep. And that was our 4th bottle on Ether.
And potentially boots as well there, in terms of go mode. We would potentially need boots.
So far, we only need them for a 2nd sword.
Against our big key could be boots longs.
It could be on the torch.
And then I don't think any items can be locked behind King's Gem or Bonk Rocks, so that rules those ones out. So we can get full access to the Total Rock because of Canis Maria and our back entry.
Are we getting a ped check? Nope, never mind.
And then it's true, one of our required big keys to complete a dungeon could be on Lumberjack Ledge, which would require the boots.
Yep, we still don't know where the pod one is. Or not pod, the swamp one is. You might need the boots for something on the torch in a desert.
Unless... Well, not necessarily, because we have all the items that we need.
That's true.
And even if it locks another big key, all the other big keys... Like, unless it's my or big key, that's the only one we're missing. Because we have Eastern, we have Desert, we have Turtle Rock. Ganon's Tower, big key is in Ganon's Tower. I do think I'm at Auntie Bob's comment here of just, we hope that we don't see them. We hope that we do not see boots, because that leads to extra things that we don't want to do. It seemed like TJ had a grudge out for that mini Helmasaur there, just firing off that silver arrow and annihilating it.
Hammered Trinex. Not fun.
Yeah, this is actually one of those cases where I will say doing menu swapping is actually a lot nicer than doing quick swapping. Meanwhile, this is also, you know, Fighter Sword, Hammer, Trinex. And yeah, that was a pretty nice and clean fight there. I mean, Red is called out. Red Mail 9 Hearts, Trinex. Feels pretty nice. getting a, vanilla boss heart as well. And TJ claiming his third crystal here. Tying up the count here between Windfox and TJ. TJ also, excuse me, going back into the front of Turtle Rock here to grab these 3 chests. And there are the boots in the spike room. So there are our worst fears coming to life. Meanwhile, Windfox going through Spike Cave and taking it up there with the fairy. Okay. Boots at least open Bonkrock's King's Tomb. I'm trying to think. There's nothing else that we really need to use boots for. Bonkrocks is the location just left of Lightworld Sanctuary. And yeah, I mean, the Lumberjack sword also could be important enough. Because why not grab it if you find some other sword that could result in your tempered? And, we always know that we love tempered sword here. At least. But I would not be surprised to find something like a sword here in Hookshot Cave. We have a red boomerang. Oh, that was an unfortunate hookshot there. We have a fire shield. And a big key to Swamp Palace. That's also one of the ones that we did not want to see. Yeah, I'm thinking at this point, our Misery Mire big key is quite elusive. Just 10 arrows on the Bombos tablet. Windfox getting a check there on the Ether tablet for the 4th bottle. TJ gonna be disappointed, 20 rupees. TJ does also have the book here while in desert and can go into it. So we can be hoping to find our Misery Mire big key in here. which would be quite nice because we are in the light world, so we can mirror back into Misery Mire if need be. Desert Ledge is just an area pickup. Meanwhile, we have Windfox going back into Turtle Rock first before going towards Trinex. There's just the map on the desert torch, so boots are not required for that. Though TJ does have them already. And big chest is just the small key for the dungeon. TJ grabbing those 50 rupees and a heart container there at the Desert Palace right side. And as much as they said it, I do believe actually Windfox has done the same pathing that we saw at a TJ as well, of killing Trinex, and it puts you at the very beginning of the dungeon. And then you can check the spec room chest there to the left first, which contains our boots, and then you can check the right side fire rod lock chest as well.
I see that we are doing desert.
Yep. We've not found anything particularly exciting.
Not yet, anyway.
We found a compass, we found a map, then we found a small key, 50 rupees, and then a heart container, and we're looking for our final item here on Lemolas.
I think we're a sword from go mode right now.
And the Misery Mire big key.
Oh. Which that could be on Aga.
It could be the Lumberjack Aga one. It could be on Moldorn at Tarahera. It was not on Lamola's. That was a single green rupee.
Windfox. His boots.
Yep. Meanwhile, TJ is going to go into the Mire Shed here, it looks like.
Which I think gives him Swamp Big Key. Oh no, Skullwoods.
I was going to say, it was Swamp or Skullwoods? And also, yeah, Dragon Master calling out that with boots, we do technically have access to our Master Sword. We don't know where other swords are, but we can grab at least a Master Sword. We could also be potentially looking at, I don't believe we've seen either the Swamp Palace big chest and or Skullwoods big chest since we've grabbed those keys, the big keys. So we could be potentially last looking at those chests as well. When Fox getting his Desert Palace big key there.
TJ, I see, is doing, going to go do Helmosaur.
Did TJ mirror into this Palace of Darkness? Or... I was not paying enough attention.
I didn't see, honestly.
Because in which case, you know, the mirroring is relatively nice. Mostly in terms of routing, of course, what I'm referring to, but that's just one of those little nice things about the way that inverted works for runners.
Yeah.
When Fox also getting that Swamp House Bicky and saving and quitting.
Does he think there's something on Swamp? No, he wouldn't come from this direction if he did. Trying to figure out what Wind Fox is doing.
When Fox learning that he doesn't have Titan's mitts.
Everybody's done that before.
Can absolutely agree. It's the same thing you do when you're in Thieves Town initially and you try to pick up the rock there and you realize you don't have any gloves.
Yep.
Okay, yep, there's TJ's portal going back into the light world there to complete Eastern Palace, which I do believe this is our first time going into Eastern Palace. So people get to see what is in here. There should be 4 items. Of course, we start with a compass.
Yep, the compass is like, here's the most useless item we...
And yep, Anti-Bomb, you are completely correct, of course, that our tablets are open to us with this Master Sword that we are watching Windfox actually pick up.
We don't know what's on either one, either.
There is a bottle on the Ether tablet and arrows on Bombos.
Oh.
I think. Yeah, it was some consumable pickup, if I'm not mistaken. On the Bombos tablet.
There's the map in Eastern. Oh no, did Wind just soft lock? Nope. What is he trying to do? I've never seen this glitch before.
Is this using the bush for a hook push through the block? So this is our only check here that is Titan's Myths locked. It's brand new, about a week old. That is... Wow. Tomb Raider. That, wow. Yeah, I've never seen anything like that before, but
well, that'd be a fun glitch to learn to. Looks like wind is going to.
Alright, so wind is gonna give us our castle tower here.
TJ is going to give us our Armos. And it's the bug catching now. Hey, we can do now.
Well, as long as when Fox goes through with this castle tower here, we will be able to see what that lumberjack ledge big key is.
We also got the other 5-6 crystal.
That is true. We can also see what's on Pyramid Fairy.
I agree with you, Axel. There is something about finding glitches in the 30-year-old game. Not to mention, people are still finding glitches in Mario Bros.
Also, Homemade Beer giving us a quick rundown on the glitch that WinFox was trying there. Walking to the bottom of Graveyard Ledge, holding right, cut the first brush, and hold your sword out. Walk down about 1 frame and hookshot your way through. The only reason I find this really just interesting is that the King's Tomb being the one check that we need our Titan's Mitts for, you know, hard required. And we do know of a successful glitch that can bypass that. So I find that the most interesting. Meanwhile, very shortly, when Fox is going to be going through his Ganon one fight, and then we will find out what is on that Lumberjack Ledge big game.
Yep.
If it is our Misery Mire or our Tower of Hierarchy. Mirror Shield and Pyramid Fairy. So the Pyramid Fairy was not our play.
DJ might be heading to Aga 1. Nope.
It wasn't it back in like version 27 or something that Mirror Shield was logically required under the complete Turtle Rock?
Really?
Yeah, logically speaking, the Mirror Shield at one point in time was required in order to complete Laser Bridge. Was it up to 29? I know version 29 was like a landmark. It changed a lot of things. But
what version are we on now?
31? Right.
So it's a really recent one.
I mean, the cycles go back and forth between whether or not they come out quickly or not. Homemade Bear can backing me up here, thank God. Yep, version 31. Very interested to see here what WinFox will be finding here on the Lumberjack Ledge, which big key that is. I'm really praying for it to be Misery Mire. just give us our go.
And it is Misery Mire.
There we go. That is what we have required.
So AGA 1 was required.
Absolutely. DJ, where are you going? Oh, this is our bonk rocks here. For an additional 300 rupees, of course. Oh, Windfox here pulling the Bombos tablet because he has that Master Sword. Yep, it was a 10 arrow drop. Okay. I was not too delusional. Oh, we're going to see TJ here also attempt the Tomb Raider glitch that we're talking about. Used a bomb to break the bushes. And successfully got it. Nice.
Second attempt.
And another. I think that's actually our last 300 rupee drop, if I'm not mistaken.
Probably. Oh no. TJ is going into Mire and he have the big.
Yeah, which I just find this a lot pretty interesting as well, because Misery Mire is the last crystal that TJ needs as well.
Maybe he's hoping it's going to be vanilla.
Or close enough, yeah. Going to be quite disappointed, though, that the Misery Mire Big Key is not going to be inside of its dungeon. Instead, it will require you to scale Castle Tower and kill the first instance of Ganon.
Unless the absolute worst thing happens. And Hera Big Key is in here.
That would be one of the greatest red herrings that we could have seen.
Also, welcome the raiding group from Captain MD13 with a party of 5. We are doing a randomizer daily race, which is Invrosia, which means inverted ambrosia. TJ might need a sensu bean after this.
DJ just finding out that he does not have a small key to enter that door there. Meanwhile, our two featured streamers tonight are TJ Maelstrom and Windfox470. Windfox is currently in go mode, having access to the Misery Mire Big Key that TJ is still currently looking for, and is trying to find it vanilla or French vanilla here in Misery Mire, which we know as commentators that he will not be finding it. I am Alex Salitz, joined with Near Lightshine, and our tracker tonight is Lumaga, I believe.
Yep. And our big thanks to our entire crew tonight for throwing this together last minute.
with that and working through our technical difficulties as well. We're always extremely appreciative of our behind-the-scenes crew because they put in more effort than we ever see, and they deserve, credit for what they do.
Yep. Oh no, TJ, just go and do AGA. You'll feel better.
I actually think it's significantly more likely to enter go mode without mitts, considering it only hard locks one check.
Yeah.
Which is just really interesting when you think about the way that the game works. Like, inverted is just that much different. We're not getting any spooky action here from Windfox, which is fine at this point. I think he understands that he has a pretty good grasp on the way that this is going for him. Yeah, that Tomb Raider glitch is... yeah, fascinating. I never thought in my time I'd get to be able to see something like that. A glitch that can contribute so, potentially heavily, I suppose.
Yep, I am going to learn that. That'll be good to know. Last love check is King's Tomb. There's the heart container on Vitreous. Okay, Windfox is in go mode. It's time to get our guesses in from 1 to 22 for where GT Big Key is. Am I right?
I do.
No, Eastern still isn't done. I'm sorry.
Yep, we just need our Eastern Palace here, which should be, sprint straight to the back.
Sorry.
Though that will be pretty quick before we can enter a Ganon's Tower climb. So we could always get the guesses in now, give people plenty of time to get them in.
Yep.
I usually like to think about it when we're going into our final dungeon, and considering it's going to be a light world one, it will be very fast.
TJ just found our worst nightmare for him. He just found the Hera Big Key and dig spot.
Does look like he's going to be grabbing that sword there off of the lumberjack ledge. So we'll at least have Master Sword. Just looking for that Misery Mire Big Key for go mode.
Yep, which we know is on lumberjack ledge. Where is TJ going?
Is this a head read?
Please don't.
Going into Lost Woods in particular in this path is the only thing you think of. Yeah, it's... Yeah, okay. I was faking myself out there. So we really get to see what's on pedestal today.
That is Bombos.
That is phenomenal.
So he knows that Bombos is dead.
He's gonna do the Skullwoods green pendant, it looks like.
No, I think he's just mirroring, or just fluting. Yep. Or not.
Including the chest here, Moth, and the green pendant, that's 3 checks right there.
True.
So, it's not the worst thing in the world. But, yeah, I'm thinking TJ might have forgotten about Lumberjack. Meanwhile, Windfox has grabbed his 7th crystal.
Now get your checks in, or guesses in from 1 to 22.
Oh, TJ just grabbed by the Wallmaster as well. That is unfortunate.
Ooh.
I always love that first shot there with the fire rod on the Gibdos, and you just do that double shot right there and burn one of them and light the torch. It's my favorite.
I didn't know some of these numbers that our chat gave out.
Well, you've never heard of 5011th?
No, I'm talking about scammed.
Oh, that's my favorite number. What do you mean?
I think that's more King Zora's call sign.
Correct. It's kind of like the bat signal. You just kind of shine it into the sky and King Zora appears. No, nothing out of Misery Mire was required for Go mode.
Nope.
We just need the big key to Go mode it.
Okay, so get your guesses. No longer can, because we are now in G. There's a small key on the torch.
And Bob is now officially dead upon grabbing that key. Rip Bob.
Sadly, our runners are looking like they're going to have to Master Sword Ganon.
Master Sword Silvers, though, is not that bad. To be fair.
Honestly, I'd rather do Silverless with Master Sword.
Wow, 2 heart containers there in that Stalfos room.
Yep.
And it looks like, I believe we're going for the Dark Magician?
Possibly.
Another heart container.
Well, now we know where all the hearts were in this sea.
Yeah, Ganon's, he's keeping pretty healthy. Now, I was gonna question it before, whether or not TJ actually first checked, or ever checked Lumberjack Ledge. I could have sworn he did, but he's just now going into it and seeing that there is a big key in here.
Yep, and we're on checks 8 through 11 here in just a second.
He did. Okay, I was pretty sure he had checked it. And there it is.
Yep, there's 10.
And the tempered. Amazing next check, and that's why you do that.
Never hurts to spend those extra few seconds if you're on Master Sword.
Beautifully done.
That was 10. So, looks like the winner is Critic at 8. Congrats. Oh, it was 9? Well, it's still Masked Critic.
Oh yeah, 10 checks total. Okay, that makes more sense. I wasn't actually keeping count.
I was. I just got my numbers mixed up.
Yeah, it's because we saw 10 total. That's fine. I mean, in all purposes and such, pretty nice and easy Ganon's Tower Big Key, though. That's what we'd like to see.
He doesn't have to worry about finding a small key either. Wind getting that fairy. Ooh, missed with the silver. He 2-cycled the land mole though.
And here we get our wonderful Lamps 1 room. Meanwhile, our Aghanim 1 fight over on TJ's side. And here we're going to see Lamps 2. Yeah, we didn't necessarily call it out or anything else, but looking on TJ's side as well here, fighting against Aghanim 1, it was not the world's greatest, as we've seen in the last week or so. I've seen, I believe, 2 zero-cycle Aga 1s, and that being 0 blue balls. This Aghanim 1 was pretty nice, actually. Yeah, Windfox not even caring to try to even find a gold sword. Understandable.
No, but the gold sword doesn't do enough damage to get if you have silvers to warrant it.
Well, it doesn't do anything, quite frankly. Especially on the Ganon fight, because our tempered swings are just going to make up for it just as much. Now, did that count as a triple, or did that only count as a double?
Tripled. There was
Looked like it should have been a triple.
Well, we'll know on the next time he gets hit if it is. Yep,
okay.
3, 2, 0, 1.
Because I know if you hit them just slightly close enough together, it counts only as 1 hit.
Yep, because of iframes.
But okay, yeah, pretty nicely done. You know, essentially 3, 2, 1. We don't count that 0. That does not count. Windfox has played well enough. We do not care. Was that not a quote to the Toby Keith song?
I have no idea. I don't listen to music.
How do you like me now?
Oh.
Pretty sure that was the lyric for that song.
I think it was too.
Alright, Bulldog backing me up on this one. I mean, not necessarily my favorite song, but I am quite familiar with the song and most of its lyrics, if I'm not mistaken.
Windfox having a pretty good Ganon fight.
Yeah, I mean, already pretty much here at the end of Phase 3, on to Phase 4.
Yep, Phase 4 takes less time than the entire fight does put together.
Really, really nice torch glitch there. That was very well done, I will say. And there goes the 4th error, so get your GGs in chat for Windfox finishing here first on the restream.
Yep, and he finishes with a time of 1:43.33.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'll say at this point, if you blinked, you kind of missed that Ganon fight there. That was just, it was really nicely done. Let us see. Oh, this is the wrong window. All right, and hello, Windfox. We are joined here, finishing first in the restream. GG's.
Yo, thanks.
So naturally, to start, how did you feel about this seed and your performance in general?
I think it felt good. I like inverted. It's one of my favorite modes. Just looking at the top 4 times, obviously for 4th overall. Plasma Kappa, looking at his time, he got right of the seed. Plasma Kappa is insanely good this game. I wish to one day be half as good as he is. That's how good he is. But yeah, 2nd through 4th, where I finished, is almost exactly 2 minutes, which is pretty dang good.
I mean, I didn't even realize once he came into the Twitch chat that he was even in the race. I mean, I'd looked through scanned through like the race and stuff beforehand. But I didn't even realize that, yeah, that he finished in 1 hour 29 minutes. That is impressive, yeah.
Yeah, like I could definitely see the time. You just don't touch Skullwoods. Like you get the bow and then never go back to Skullwoods the rest of the seed.
I mean, my next question is going to be, if you could change, certain things about the way that your routing went, what would you might have done?
Nothing. I probably would have played it the exact same way. Just looking at how the items were laid out and how I play, I probably would have played it almost the same. Obviously, hindsight routing, you just get the bow in Skullwoods, leave and never come back, and know that you just have to go over to pod, and you'll get items in pod. The fire rod and something else was in the first chest in pod. Don't remember. I think it was like the moon pearl or something.
Interesting that in Twitch chat, Plasma Kappa says, just get the sword out of the Ice Palace big chest.
That's funny. Yeah,
I mean,
I guess that's a choice. Yeah, I guess if you get the ice, I don't even remember where the Ice Palace big key was at. I remember I got it.
Yeah, I don't. Some of the big keys in this were quite interesting to say the least, especially that Misery Mire one.
In inverted, or actually just any seed in general, key sanity wise, if there's a big key there, odds are it is required. I think outside of Skullwoods and Ice Palace, it is for the most part required. So I just assumed after I found the Swamp Big Key, all I had left was the Hera Big and the Mire Big. I was like, well, if it's the Hera Big, then I'm playing for Pedestal at that point because that puts Ped in logic.
Yeah, we did get a pet check out of TJ as well, and it was the Bombos medallion.
Oh, interesting.
But yeah, TJ did search far and wide looking for the Misery Mire big key and did not do that early enough Aga play that you did, but did also find the Tower of Hera big key as well. And if I'm not mistaken, did not dive into Tower of Hera for it. Did end up going for the Aga play in the end.
Yeah, I don't think I touched Ice or Hera the entire set. I remember getting the book on the mountain and then checking Ether Tablet and said, I was like, well, I just got the Ice Rod. Let's go do Turtle Rock and everything else on Death Mountain that I hadn't finished, Hookshot Cave and Super Bunny Cave. And I think I got a big key. I think it was like the Eastern big key or something. And I don't know, I got something in Turtle Rock that pulled me off the mountain. So it never even really put me back up to do Hera at any point.
Yeah, I think in terms of Death Mountain, this seed is actually pretty friendly because it puts you going into Death Mountain pretty late in all, situations. And then it also, it didn't have you linger on the mountain.
No, it was just I think just the one trip up there to gather all the items, do Turtle Rock, and you're gone.
Yeah, which I guess ultimately is pretty nice, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to think. There wasn't necessarily anything that put a massive divide between you and TJ in particular, other than you did an Aghanim play when TJ was still just kind of looking around. But you did end up grabbing the Master Sword a hot second at least before TJ went and grabbed it. And I think that was just because he was looking for the Misery Mire Big Key and was also kind of hoping in his dungeon dives that he could, find what he was looking for and all that such.
Yeah. I know when I was doing the boots checks after I got the sword, I was like, I have an opportunity to do the new Tomb Raider clip. I hadn't really practiced. I was like, I know the concept behind it. Decided to give it a couple tries, didn't get it. I was like, whatever. If I find Titan's Mitts, I'll come back to it.
Yeah, so we were actually super interested because both Nira and I had actually never seen that new glitch. And Homemade Beer was in the Twitch chat and given us quite a bit of information and such on how to do the glitch, essentially. And we did also see it from TJ's side, and he got it on his second attempt hopping down. So we did actually get to see it, I guess, successfully done.
Okay,
but it was, I've never seen. It's pretty neat.
At least one of us pulled it off. I honestly, I need to practice it. Obviously, it was, from what I understand, just recently found, and was race legal a week ago, less than a week ago.
Yeah, we were given information that it was discovered within essentially the last 2 weeks or so.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because I remember seeing the announcement, in the main Discord, and I was like, okay, it's cool, another trick to learn, because the only place where it's really useful is entrance modes and inverted, obviously. Those are really the only modes where it's useful.
Right, and Kingston being the only check that is hard locked behind the Titan's Mitts in this case.
Yes.
Which neither of you found them, so
they're probably somewhere in GT would be my guess at this point.
Yeah, unless they're far up GT, or on, I guess, Cold Stare or Moldorm, somewhere in one of those potential locations.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just, it's one of those things that's always fun to watch, though, in terms of runs and races of, being able to go through a full randomizer Link to the Past seed where you don't need Titan's Mitts.
Yeah, so when I first saw it, the glitch, I was kind of looking, my favorite modes are entrance modes and invert. Those are by and far my two most favorite modes. When I first thought of Link was looking, I was just I was kind of surprised they made it race legal, because it's the only modes where it's viable, and it, for the most part, makes the Titan's Mitts pretty much a worthless item in those two modes, if in the right situation. Inverted is where it's going to be, I feel, we'll use it the most, and it pretty much leaves the Titan's Mitts pretty much worthless. It really does. Because your boots can never be in there. Odds are you're going to have the hookshot and the boots before finding Titan's Mitts in most cases. But that's just my opinion on it. I need to practice it.
Also, just a small interrupt. GG's to TJ Maelstrom, just finishing up on his Ganon fight now. So do make sure to congratulate him in chat, and hopefully we can be joined by him shortly. My chair is sliding to the side. Also, how did you feel about your Ganon fight? Because you had a very, very, very nice torch glitch shot there as well.
My Ganon fight was horrible. That was a horrible fight. I missed the double hit on the spin at the start of the fight. I missed the 1-in-1. It was a 2-in-1. Usually, if it's not a 1-in-1 with 10%, I'm not happy with it. I was setting up the torch glitch because the position where Ganon was at to try to get a triple off of it, and he ended up moving the opposite direction from where I wanted him to go. after I got the torch glitch, so I was pretty much just playing the odds of just hoping he moved one direction, he went the other direction. So outside of just playing the RNG on the torch glitch play, my phase 1 and phase 2 were pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. At least that's how I felt. That's someone who plays NMG, who goes for the 1-in-1s. I was not happy with it, but I'll take it. Can't be perfect every time, and that's completely fine, and I'm fine with that.
And as we do, and welcome to TJ joining us now. GG's.
I will talk about anything that is not the Misery Meyer Big Key. Thank you.
Fair enough.
I am not joking.
All right, so I'm not going to ask about the Misery Meyer Big Key.
Thank you. I am really unhappy about that.
How did you feel about the seed, other than the Misery Meyer Big Key?
Honestly, okay, if I'm going to bring it up, I thought that key absolutely ruined this seed for me. Like everything, I thought my route was really good. I thought everything was fine. I was a little bit agitated coming into this race and during this race because I was already mad, and then I had to reset my internet in the middle of this race, so that was fun. Yeah, I thought my route was pretty good. Total Rock opened up everything nice and cleanly. By the time I left that, it was just that Meyer Big Key I was looking for, and I just never looked at it because this kind of crap has happened to me all the time, and I'm like, nah, not this time, no. And there you go.
But we know Randomizer treats us poorly, so...
Sure.
At this point, it's just Stockholm Syndrome, is it not?
Yeah. Look, I really like playing this. I really enjoy this. It's just... shit like... Ooh, excuse me. Stuff like that is hard to reconcile.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely understand. I've had such isolated checks and things like that in the past that have just doomed me.
It was just unbelievable. Just like I saw that, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Of all things, of all places. It's just I forgot the rule of Invrosia. I forgot. Every seed is an Agaseed.
I will vouch for that statement.
Oh, Madonna me. Oh, Jesus. I am so upset about this. Like, you don't believe. I thought everything was going great, and then all of a sudden it just hit the fan. Ugh.
One of the other things that just came up to me as well is, what did we think about our lamp placement? Because both of you did technically break out of logic, grabbing that fire rod out of the dark basement in Pod, which was lamp locked, which was on the Zora ledge.
Yeah, well, I made a conscious decision to skip Skullwoods for that reason. I didn't want to go into didn't want to do a pendant Skullwoods with an out of logic fire rod. So getting the flute and the lamp at the same time kind of put me at ease about Skullwoods a little bit. It's like, okay, this is clearly meant for Death Mountain and probably even for Turtle Rock. So that's pretty much what I did following it. It worked out, paid off. Skullwoods ended up having nothing, and Turtle Rock ended up having everything. I do regret going into Ice Palace, though, but I think I would have ended up going in there anyway. I mean, there was no. I don't know if Windfox went in there, I went in there and my internet cut out, but there was nothing in there. It was just junk from top to bottom.
No, the only pendant dungeon I touched was Skullwoods. I didn't touch Hera or Ice.
Yeah, I walked into Hera, but I'm like, I really don't want to do this. By that point, I was getting really exasperated with looking for stuff. So I just decided, like, yeah.
Did you have and/or open the Ice Palace big chest?
No, I went in without the key, and then I got the key off of Zora, and I was not happy about that either. This seed was dead set on pissing me off.
Because I do believe Plasma Cap, I think, was the one who had opened it, and it was a sword.
Wow, fun.
So that would have been our logical gold sword, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I mean, both of you finished on that tempered sword.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very nice to watch Windfox in particular when he first went through the Ganon's Tower climb and grabbed the big key and then went and checked the very next chest, and it was the tempered sword, and then just immediately mirrored. And that was one of those times where checking that next chest was not necessarily crucial. Like, it's not required, but it's so nice.
I mean, that's pretty much why I checked the next one. I mean, there are swords in GT because there aren't any anywhere else because I looked almost literally everywhere.
Yeah, that's why, like, if I am in one of those 4 chest rooms and I'm on Master Sword and I still have 2 or 3 chests open, you bet I'm opening those chests. Because spending 3 seconds opening a chest will save you, a minute and a half on Master Sword and Ganon.
I mean, at least we found silvers, eh?
Yeah, that was nice.
I don't remember where silvers were at. I remember finding the bow in School Woods. I don't remember where silvers were at.
Mini Mulder Cave.
Right. That's right.
Yeah. The race room name was Sunken Silver, so I was expecting it to be there, but close enough, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's like pseudo vanilla.
Sure.
That's right. I remember finding silvers after killing Argus. Immediately after, I was like, well, that would have made Phase 2 Argus way easier.
Yep, because you did a Fire Rod Argus.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, overall, you guys weren't necessarily too far apart. It just, well,
yeah.
I guess I shouldn't say it. Came down to...
Go ahead.
Just kind of came down to the Misery Mire Big King.
Pretty much, literally, it ruined my night, yeah.
I mean, other than that, everything was,
You know what? I'll take that away. That other than that, hey, I played great. If the seed just wasn't a jerk.
But hey, that's rando, isn't it?
I could use a break. I could. I'm trying to up my standing here, and this stuff isn't helping. I keep sliding on back, and I'm just trying to break out of this funk. Stuff like this is just like, man, kick me while I'm down, why don't you, man?
Yeah, TJ, I was expecting to get absolutely, pretty much, like, if you look at, like, the points of the race room, like, I was expecting to lose to you. I think you destroyed me in ladder a month or so ago in Cross Keys by, like, 20 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, that's what happens when we don't check Lumberjack, but it's what it happens, like you said, it's the randomizer. Sometimes that stuff is just like, it's just, oh my god, my luck is so bad. I'm glad that I'm gonna be awake for like the next few hours. Like I got like a 6-hour nap because I could not sleep after this one. Are you kidding? This is gonna be way heavy. I'm gonna take a shower, sit in the dark, underwater, and cuss it under my breath. I can't believe this is my big with a lumberjack. I need to work through this. I need to go for a walk or order some midnight tacos or something. Like just.
That's 2 orders at this point, because
yeah, right. God damn.
All I gotta say is that we got a show tonight. Like we definitely got what we were looking for.
Cool. That's good. I'll take that away. I'll use that to help me reconcile through this.
And some amount of weeks once we get through our backlog of things that need to be uploaded to the Speed Gaming YouTube, this hopefully can be immortalized and we can remember this.
I would rather not.
Hey, we all gotta learn from each other's mistakes. Sometimes we forget about Lumberjack Ledge. Sometimes we overlook it and we think that maybe we can,
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I didn't forget. I didn't forget.
You didn't forget, but you really, really wanted to.
I really
You
did
really,
want
really
it to be
wanted
there.
to.
I really did. I really, really wanted to.
And that's just one of those things that rests in the back of your mind. If you know that it's there, and you get down to these last big keys that you know you could require, and like maybe it's the big key in there that's Tower of Hera, and then the big chest in there leads to it that you need.
That's another thing. If I had scouted it, I might have believed that it was an unnecessary big key until I had found all the rest. And then what do you do? If I had known about it, would I have taken the risk? I don't even know. I would have done that. So it just looks like any other big key. It could have been Skullwoods. It could have been Ice Palace. It could have been Hera. It wasn't. But if I had saw that, I'd be like, well, I hope that's not necessary. Like,
right.
When would I have decided to do that if I had scouted it? And I honestly don't think I would have done it much sooner anyway.
And at that point, it just comes down to at what point in time are you willing to cut your corners?
Yeah. Right.
And what chances are you willing to take?
I couldn't answer that question because it didn't happen this year.
And that's one of the things that you just kind of discover as you go along.
Yeah, the thing is, it's stuff like that that affects my routing quite a bit, where I start getting like unnecessarily thorough, and I can't afford to make any skips because like that kind of stuff keeps happening. So, my racing slows down because of it, and I'm not getting the times I want to see because I'm just too afraid to get burned by something I skip, because it always happens. That's case in point right here. So I start checking stuff and going back for things and making sure I got everything out of there, and it gets to you.
I mean, this is a pretty common thing that's happened in people with their qualifiers or in the tournament matches and stuff, where they get burned by not doing something like pyramid fairy checks, for example, and then they, their next races and stuff but against somebody who they know, or at least they think, is pretty a daunting foe, somebody that they value higher than themselves, and so they immediately rush those things that they have abandoned in the past. So it's one of those things that just weighs on you.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's some of those things that you live and you learn, and you hope that you don't have to deal with that again.
It'll happen again.
It always happens again.
It'll happen somewhere else, It's like whack-a-mole.
But yeah, I mean, overall, I could definitely say that I think that we all definitely should have been pretty entertained tonight, and enjoyed how this race went.
Well, it's good it lasted as long as it did. Up until that point, All right. Well, we'll just we'll say the race ended after Eastern Palace. Works for me. I do apologize for my internet cutting out back there. There's nothing I could do about it. I'm just glad I got it up in a timely fashion.
Yeah, as soon as we kind of figured out that your stream went down, we just assumed it essentially was ISP related issues, and it's whatever.
Okay.
I mean, things happen. We just recently had a massive rainstorm come through my area and stuff, so yeah, not that big of a deal in my opinion. But we got pretty caught back up and stuff. Nira was also checking in on your stream once you had come back immediately before you were re-shown on the restream. So we did have updates and stuff on you and how you were doing.
Cool, thanks.
And Yeah. Are there any final comments, interjections, or anything from either of you other than, abandoning that misery mire big key?
Yeah, nothing I can say that on this channel without getting in a little bit of trouble. So let's not, Just pretend it's really loud and sounds like Joe Pesci.
I got nothing. I'm good for the night. Thanks for the restream. Thanks for doing comms. Thanks, I think it was Lumaga, I think is tracking tonight.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks Lumaga for the tracking. Thanks Speed Gaming, as always, for all these races.
Right.
Yeah, thank you for that.
I think that should bring us relatively to our close tonight. Do make sure to follow our runners tonight, TJ Maelstrom and WinFox470. They definitely put on a great race for us, regardless of, last locationing. As well as give my co-commentary, Light Shiny follow if you will, and Lumaga as well, following us on tracking, did a fantastic job trying to keep up with us. Tracking is definitely harder than it usually seems to most people. But, and thank you to our behind the scenes as well for getting TJ's stream back up and on while having internet issues. And other than that, I think we are pretty good to go. If you want to, make sure to join the Speed Gaming Discord as well for any future daily races, tournament stuff, as well as getting information, joining tournaments, leagues, all that stuff. And yeah, it's a great place to learn and hang out with a pretty great community. And I think with that, we are ready to wrap up, and I wish you all a good night, good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you may be.